Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be working on this Onan Emerald 1 Genset. Now this belongs to a good friend of mine. She says that it shakes a lot, which could just be a bushing or, you know, one of those rubber stopper things, and that it's leaking gas out of the carburetor. So what we're going to do first is we're going to try to start it up, see if it does start, and then watch it for a second and see what happens. So let's go. And of course it's not even trying. Fuse is busted. Let me take it out and show you. See if we can't zoom in here. Right there. You see there the glass is busted. So it needs a new fuse. So let me go buy a fuse. I normally don't carry them, and then we'll get right back into the repair. Okay, so I got some fuses. We're gonna pop one in and see if that's the reason it didn't start outside. You just go to Napa. It's like $2 or something. You get a set of 5 in a nice little case. Make sure they're the amperage you need. Most of the time they will be the 5 amps. So just pop them open. We're going to pop one out. Shut it back up. Now we have some for later. And normally I don't charge the customer a fuse if it's just a fuse. It's never just a fuse though. Nope. Still nothing on the outside. So I'm actually going to go inside. Try to start it. I'm going to leave the camera on it so if I see any, so I can review the footage and see if anything happened. Let me go see if the inside one works. Definitely started it. Let's see if now. Okay, so I think the key just has to be on. So let's see without the RV running if it'll start. Nope. Looks like this one we're gonna have to have it running. So let me run it a little bit and then let's see if we can find the problem. Turns out I don't have to have the key running. Oh, I see it leaking gas. Okay. Let's see if we can't tighten that up, pull it down. So let's start it and see what happens. Okay, the leak seems to only happen after you try to run it or it dies. See? So I mean, somewhere in there it's flooding. So we're going to have to pull that carburetor off. Okay, first things first, we're going to start by removing the air filter cover. 11mm bolt here. Just loosened it with a wrench. Now finger loosening it. I think I also know why it's shaking as well. Let me can see there actually. Hang on, check this out. See, it's not leaking gas, but when I shake it, we start leaking. So I still want to pull that carburetor off and take a look at that. Air filter. The air filter looks brand new, so that's good. Now from here, we're just going to remove the intake, a few 8mm bolts. I believe there's only two. Yep, two. One. And sorry if I'm blocking the way. I'm just holding it to get better leverage. And I think there's one more thing holding that intake on. Let me take a look. Sorry about that. I don't work on a lot of Onan generators when they're on the RV. So the third one is actually inside the intake here. And I'm hoping it's 8mm too, and it is. Okay. So I got an extension and a short socket there, so we can remove that. And it's right there. So now it has a hose on it and a governor for the self choke. So let's see if we can't twist that linkage off. We might have to remove that hose. Not a big deal. Got my angled pliers. There we go. Remove the hose. Get that linkage off. Leave that alone. Pull that aside. Now we're looking at just the carburetor there. So in order to get that off, we're going to move spark plug boot out of the way. Oh boy. And it looks like we can do 1, 2, I think they're 12 or 11mm bolts. But I'm wondering if I just remove this fuel line and just take off this, we'll see if we can't figure out the problem. So what we'll do is we'll start with this. Removing the fuel line. I think I got a wrench big enough. $11mm. There we go. Of course, it wants to be difficult. Okay, well, at least I got it off now. So, ooh boy. Let me get back to you. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna remove the bowl, since I think that's where our leak's coming from. So we got some gunk up in there. Let's see if we can't focus in. And now what I'm gonna do is pull up the gasket. Looks fine, let's shake it. Okay, I'm gonna spray all up in here with some carb cleaner. Put it back on, put the gas back on, fill it up, and see what happens. Okay, now just to let everybody know beforehand, disclaimer that this is a quick and down dirty way to do it. The real thing would be to take it off the RV and remove the carburetor all the way. But I just want to get some blasting going on here and see if we can't fix our problem. Okay, now what I want to do is remove the gasket, which is broken. I think we'll have to get a new gasket. I think that was our only problem. Okay, so I'm going to order a new gasket, then we'll come back to this. So we got a new gasket on there. I already went ahead and put it back on the float bowl and the fuel line. Now we're just going to reconnect the rest of the machine and fix the shaking issue, which I already know what's up with that. So we're going to put the linkage back on, just like that. Reconnect the hose. And we'll start with the two outside 8mm. Just hand thread them for a second, just to catch them. And now We'll tighten them on there. Guess we'll start with this one. Yeah, there's one started. Two started. We'll get them pretty much close to done. And then we'll get the one inside. Okay, it started. We'll tighten this one up first. Okay, now we'll tighten these all the way down. Now we'll put the air filter back on inside this, just like that. And find the hole right there. And we'll hand tight that and hit it with an 11. Okay, so I'm going to tighten that up, and then I'm going to get a tripod to go under the RV, and we're going to show you what's wrong with the way it's shaking. Go ahead and put this spark plug boot back on. Okay, here we go. Okay, I can't get a good look down under there, but all it is it's missing these feet. So I got some feet from a used one, and that should fix the shaking. Okay, guys. So let me install these and we'll fire her up. There we go, guys. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more content and more repair videos coming your way. Thanks for watching.